Breaking news. Police are looking for a 57-year-old foreigner to facilitate investigations into the brutal murder of an elderly woman whose body was found in an apartment bathroom at Genting Highlands, Bentong today. The man, a South Korean national identified as Xiang, is believed to be an important individual to shed light into the murder of Xiang Lian. Xiang, a Chinese national who was born in South Korea, was found with severe injuries bundled in a blanket inside the apartment bathroom with her hands tied. State Criminal Investigations Department Chief Senior Assistant Commissioner Osman Nayan said investigations revealed the victim's handphones, cash, and a family car was also missing after the incident. He said investigations revealed the victim, along with her 46-year-old daughter, a granddaughter, and a maid, were renting an apartment at the resort. Osman said police were waiting for the post-mortem result, and the case has been classified under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. Those with information on the suspect or the murder incident are urged to contact the nearest police station or the Bentong police station. Watching the news, there are still a lot of questions that are left unanswered. First, who is the murderer that has brutally ended the life of Xiang Lianqi? Second, is Sung Kyu-so the major suspect in this case? If it's not him, then who are the suspects? What is the motive of the murderer? Who is involved in the murder? There are still a lot of questions and still lists of answers. To answer all of these curiosities, let's take a look at the summary of this case that is divided into 4 parts.
Now, we will be taking into the who of the murder case, namely, who were involved in this murder case, the main characters. These include the victims, the suspect, and the investigating officer. Let us introduce the characters. The first victim, who was murdered, was Xiang Lianjin, a 92-year-old South Korean woman. She was staying at a hotel in Genting Highlands with her family and her Malaysian maid. She was found dead in a hotel room toilet. Now, the victims who were assaulted were 2 people, Xiang Lianjin's daughter, age 46, and a maid, age unknown. The maid was a Malaysian employed to the victim's family. The maid was assaulted alongside Xiang Lianjin, and the daughter was assaulted upon the return to the room. Both suffered bruises on the face, body, and eye, but survived. The main suspect of this case was a Sung Kyuk-sok, a 57-year-old man who was a Chinese national born in South Korea. Sung Kyuk-sok threatened and assaulted victims with a knife before fleeing the scene. He was later then revealed to have had a misunderstanding with the victim's eldest sons. While holding them at knife point, the suspect allegedly asked the victim and the helper to keep quiet before tying up their hands and legs using ropes of cloth. The suspect then hit the victim, saying he was dissatisfied with the victim's eldest son for always bad-mouthing him. The suspect then put the victim inside the toilet and hit her again before locking her inside. He then waited for the victim's daughter to come home before also assaulting her and fleeing the scene. The investigating officer was Superintendent Muhammad Mansur Muhammad Nur, a police district chief in Bentong. He was the one who gave the statements about investigation during case press. Muhammad Mansur reported that based on initial investigations, police believed that the bench was the motive. He also added that police were in the midst of tracking down the suspect and further investigations were being done under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. These 4 people were the only mentioned names in this investigation. I tried to look for other characters, however, none popped up. So that's it. Moving on.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ainatun Nabila binti Alias and my matric number is A194240. So in this video, we will present about the murder of Xiang Lianjin. Firstly, let's take a look at the background of the crime. This case was happened back then on 15 August 2017, which is in an apartment at Genting Highlands. On 15 August 2017, a murder case has shaken our community as the body of 92-year-old South Korean woman was found in a toilet at a hotel in Genting Highlands. The body of Xiang Lianjin, a Chinese national who was born in South Korea, was discovered at 8:40 a.m., almost 17 hours after the male suspect armed her with a knife. He also entered her room at Genting Highlands. However, Xiang's body was found with several injuries, bundled in a blanket inside the apartment bathroom. Thus, her hand also was tied while her 46-year-old daughter and her Malaysian maid suffered bruises on the face, body and eye after they also targeted by the attacker during the incidents. Overall, after the investigation has been made, the police believe that revenge could be behind the brutal murder after the suspect claimed that he was not happy with the victim's son for always badmouthing him, which prompted him to vent his anger by attacking the family as an act of revenge.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Lian Ibrahim, and now I'll be presenting about the reports on the case according to the police. So, the crime was committed at 3 p.m. on August 15, so the body was discovered at 8:40 a.m. on the next day, which is August 16. The duration or the gap between the time the crime was committed and the discovery of the body was approximately 17 hours. According to the police, what really happened was the 57-year-old suspect barged into the room and dragged the victims in the bathroom before beating her until she passed out. He also bashed the maid. He then locked both of the victims in the bathroom. Instead of fleeing the scene, the suspect actually patiently waited in the room for the 46-year-old daughter of the victims to return. He then tied up and beat her up as well. After staying in the room for 16 hours, the suspect finally fled the next morning at 7 a.m., leaving the maid and the daughters with bruises all over their bodies, including their faces, bodies, and eyes. But unfortunately, the adult victim, which was Mrs. Xiang Lian, succumbed to her injuries and died in the bathroom. According to the narration from Superintendent Muhammad Mansur Muhammad Noor, which was the chief investigator that conducted the case, he said that while holding them at knife point, the suspect allegedly asked the victim and the helper to keep quiet before tying up their hands and legs using ropes and clothes. And he added, the suspect then hit the victim, saying that he was dissatisfied with the victim's other son for always badmouthing him. So that was actually what happened according to the police report.
So, the murder of Xiang Lianjin was a shocking crime that shocked Malaysia. The swift and successful investigation by the police was a testament to their dedication and professionalism in their career. So, the conviction of Song Kyung-sok brought justice to Xiang's family and sent a message that crime will not be tolerated in Malaysia. So, how is the crime was solved? There were CCTV footage from the hotel that showed the 57-year-old Korean man, Song Kyung-sok, entered the room where the attack took place. And the second one is the DNA of Song Kyung-sok was found at the crime scene. And his fingerprints were found on the knife that was used in the attack. Song's phone records show that he has been in contact with Xiang's daughter in the weeks leading up to the murder.